Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Steve, your host. In our continuing series of simple techniques to make your models pop, we're going to be doing a bit of work on the spare track links that usually adorn every model that we do. One of the things you have to be careful, and I always know I'm guilty of this, you spend a lot of time working on your project, you get your project near completion, and then there's all the little bits and pieces at the end that you just you're almost, I just want to finish this up, I'll just throw these on and everything be okay. Just resist the urge and carry through all that love and detailing that you did on the kit itself to all the bits and pieces that'll go on top. So you guys enjoy the video, you guys take care, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right then, thank you. So what we're going to do here now, we're working with the track links of our KV1 from Tamiya, the old one, and what we want to do is we just want to dress them up. So what I've done is, the tracks were originally done are very dark brown, and I popped them on a kit, and this was 20 years ago at least. So what I want to come back in this video is show you how to do a bit of wet blending with some very translucent covers, very washed out yellows, browns, and rust color. They're all from Vallejo. Just get something in that range, and the key with this is just watery, and you can see how that is looking in the video right now. So what I'm doing now is I'm using that intermediate brown sand. I've got a dab of that squeezed out, I've got a dab of a little dark yellow squeezed out, and I've got a dab of rust squeezed out, and they're very watery. So what I'm doing is I'm just applying it randomly to the track links, and then I'll come back in and work in some other colors. So here we go. This is the yellow that we're doing. And again, you don't think a yellow is a rust color, but as it dries, because it's so watery, I think you get a nice patina with that. And what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to get that in places where, on the edges of things, on the ends or where things connect, just to give it a bit of highlight. And now I'm coming in with very watery, rusty, a rust color, a dark orange, reddish. There's a full range of these. I would recommend just doing it in acrylic, and I'm just using whatever I picked up out of my bag of paints. So you can see it's starting to get there, and there's a little bit more yellow, and that may be a bit too much there, so we're just going to mop that up a bit, spread it around. And what's nice is, because they're so watery and because we've had a very hot summer here in France, they're going to dry pretty quick. So we're back with just a little bit of yellow. We're working near the edges of things, and we're just going to push it around. And now this is where we're going to come up. We're going to use a little bit less translucent, if that's a phrase, and we just kind of want to get it on the edges, just so the edges will pop. It just won't look like a big rusty blob on your fender. One of the things when you're doing this, especially if you're doing Western tanks, especially American, you want to make sure you're not rusting rubber surfaces. Especially now, American tracks are usually a combination of rubber and metal. The Russians always seem to be metal, but just be careful. Just know the track you're working with to make sure you're just kind of rusting the metal parts. So we've got a wet brush again. Again, this is just with mineral water, just regular tap water. We're going to push it around a little bit, just not to make anything too dark or too sharp. Just very, very blurred, very mixed together. So I'm happy with that side. Now we're just going to work a bit on the other side. Really same technique. We're going to start off with a very watery brown sand, and we'll push that around. Come in with a little bit of rust. And one of the things you want to remember, if you're on a vertical surface with track, you could probably do a little bit of streaking with it. You know, just make sure that the rust and the stains are pulling down as with gravity. But when they're on the fenders like this, I wouldn't really worry about, you know, trying to pull it across to make it look like it's streaking. These are more just on a flat horizontal surface. The rust wouldn't really have any definition like streaking or anything. It would just kind of be in pools. So that's what I'm shooting for. So here we are with a bit of watery yellow. And again, just be careful with the yellow. It's probably the most garish of the colors that we're using. You got a little bit of time with this if you don't like it, just to kind of wash it out with just water on your brush. So again, we're just going to kind of highlight the edges so you can see some definition. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come back and just touch it up to make sure we got what we like. And you won't have any wear, so you want to stay away from silver like you would on a track here, because there's spare track and a lot of movement. And what I do now is I just I give it a dark wash, and that just kind of blends everything together. When it dries, I think you'll be really happy. All right then, thank you.